You ready to light this up? Another Wednesday. All right, let's get it rocking. Is that time? It's time. You ready? I'm ready. 3, 2, 1.
It's good to know people come and go. It's good to know.
All right, welcome to this week's edition of the Wednesday Drive on the Outdoor Call Radio Network, brought to you in part by our good friends out at Sportsman's Warehouse today. Always appreciate everything they do for us each and every week right here on the Outdoor Call Radio app. We're going to have a fun show for you tonight. We're going to be talking a little bit of turkeys. I got some fishing stuff to throw at you. And ticks. We're going to talk a little bit ticks. So this half hour is going to fly. I need to call my guest and see how he is doing. Let me do this real quick. I got him on the line there. Got him going there. It's one ring.
Hey, this is George.
This is George. This is Dan.
Hey, Dan. How we doing?
I'm good, buddy. How are you?
I'm so good. I'm fine as frog hair.
Yeah, I bet you are. Yeah, thanks for. I didn't even call and ask him. I just said, "Hey, what are you doing?"
Okay. I got a buddy here from Canada. Drove 3 o'clock in the morning. He came down here to pick up. He's a dog trainer. Picked up the dog, and we've been on the deck here watching the lake and blowing duck and goose calls.
Yeah, and George lives down here. You don't want me to tell him where you actually live, do you?
No. I live in Minnesota.
Yeah, he lives in Iowa, but yeah, I won't say where. But you got a ton of waterfowl on the lakes right now, right?
Yep, it's been beautiful. And I'll tell you what, we just got a migration of pelicans that came in.
Oh, really?
Oh my gosh, they're all over, and they're just fun to watch. And you think you're in Florida, and they definitely look like a prehistoric animal.
Yeah, they're neat. Say, hey, Hoyt, good to see you. Hoyt's watching us out there in, I believe, West Virginia, where he's at. We got everybody on Facebook Live. Thanks for Imperial RV for helping us do the live stream. We appreciate them each and every week as well. So, George, 2 weeks and so counting, turkey season's going to start. Larry and Paul are heading down to Texas tomorrow. And
that's the same thing, isn't it?
Yeah, well, almost anymore. But he had a chance when they were down there deer season. He said he never saw so many Rios in his life. So Larry and Paul's gonna get the old respect the game thing going. They'll probably have a bird on the ground by Thursday, I would imagine.
Oh, Larry's a turkey killer.
He's a machine, isn't he?
Yeah. Have you killed a Rio?
Yeah, I got my Grand Slam when I was doing Outdoors Traditions when I had my own TV show for 20 years.
Yeah.
I think the second season I got my slam with my bow. So I got a Eastern, a Rio, Osceola, and a Merriam.
Well, let me ask you a question. I know I'm here, but you killed all 4. What's the toughest? Is there any difference? And is it just if you got the right area? It's like an Eastern. If you're in the right spot, it could be good. If you have to work, what's the toughest bird to the easiest?
Hey, Roger Wild, good to see you up in New York, buddy. Thanks for watching. I'll be honest with you, George. I think Easterns are the toughest. The one I really don't care to shoot anymore is an Osceola. I don't want to go. I don't want to go down there anymore. They as soon as they hit the ground, they shut up. And I'm sure other birds are vocal, and they're one of the prettiest turkeys, subspecies of turkeys there is, an Osceola. But I would rather go hunt a Merriam or a Rio or an Eastern. I haven't got a Gould yet. One of these days, maybe I'll get a Gould and do that. But to me, in my humble opinion, Eastern turkeys they're just Rios. Rios can be tough. Merriams, they're my kind of turkey. They're not too bright and they're very vocal. So I like it. The dumber the bird, the better for me, right?
Yeah, sounds like my first girlfriend.
I didn't say that. That was George. Hey, Brant, what's going on, buddy? Good to see you. Jim Holloway. Do you ever get a Gould's? I did not get. I just said that, Jim. I haven't got a Gould yet. I'm working on it. I'm working on it. He says, I ignore my question. You just answered it. So, George, I got to tell you, I'm pumped. What are you seeing in Central Iowa? I mean, are they still bunched up pretty good, or are they starting to break up a little bit? What are you seeing?
Well, yesterday we did a little route from our area and come through the back way. Stopped to see the guy who does our blinds, and one of the fields there on off of Route 2, there was 53 hens.
Oh wow!
And, yeah, and I didn't see a jake. Well, I didn't have the binoculars. It could have been a few jakes, and they sure didn't look like it.
Well, if the hens were still bunched up, the toms are probably still bunched up too.
Yeah, we the other day, it was yesterday, Diane and I rode the four-wheeler up the lane and to see the horses, and right off the road there, two gobblers, good gobblers, were right on the tree, jumped right over the four-wheeler, and that's a good sign. So, we are seeing some gobblers here. Now, I did see a week ago, I saw in our lane, I don't know, there was 8 or 10 hens, and there was 3 gobblers that stood in the road and let the truck drive up there, and they just kept strutting.
Yeah.
And so that's a good sign.
Well, gobblers are always ready. It's just the hens, they need to have the right amount of daylight with the photo period and then the temperatures. Paul says the dumber the turkeys, the dumber the bird, the better, laughing out loud. And Robin said he's going to Nebraska. He's bow hunting Saturday. Robin, good luck, man. Send me some pictures. I want to see them.
That's probably one of Kent Hauser's favorite turkeys, too.
What's that? The dumb ones?
Yeah, the dumber the better.
Yeah. Well, Kent's got a lot in common with those. So, how's everything at Legendary Gear? You got, if you don't know who George used to own Lynch Mob Calls, and him and his wife Diane now are the owners of Legendary Gear, and you can hear them on the Outdoor Call Radio app every Wednesday talking waterfowl and a little bit of deer and turkey mixed in there as well.
Yeah, things are going great, Dan. Like I said, the Iowa Deer Classic was an amazing show. Of all the years of doing shows, and here was just my wife and I, but actually in that 2.5 days or 2 to 3 days, whatever it is, we probably sold more product than I did with Lynch Mob. We just killed it, and people were happy with products. In fact, we had a couple gentlemen that you sent by to get some diaphragms that were happy. So, it was a good show. Things were picking up. Turkey orders were picking up, but we picked up some big dealers this year, and so it's got me busy with our new molded line. And we're pretty happy with that.
All right. Paul says West Virginia starts a little later, and Jim said South Dakota in 2 weeks. There you go, Jim. Send me pics, man. I want to see it. So, I got to tell you, George, I love turkey hunting because it took me forever to be able to get them to come in, and there's just something humbling about a turkey, an animal that's got the brain the size of a pea, that just will not cooperate with you. It humbles you right down to your boots, man.
And it's just, it's elk hunting, elk hunting is turkey hunting on steroids, but it's that first morning in the woods and that you get out there and that first gobble you hear at daylight. And it just, you can't, I couldn't hear it enough. That was so.
Uh-oh. We just lost George. I wonder what happened there. That's all right. I will let me call back and see if I can get him back on here. Hang on. And I tell you what, Verizon, what is wrong with you lately? I'm just, I just don't want to. Should I be picking on him? I don't know. Let's see if I can get him back on here. Why is my phone not working? This is going to be a fun day. Oh! And no service, really? No service? And let's see, airplane mode. Go to airplane mode. Go back off of airplane mode. My Wi-Fi, now I got signal. Let's try and see if we can get him on here now. I love live radio, man. Live radio is so fun. I'm just telling you. It's always fun. And there we go.
How about that, Dan?
Is that you or me doing that?
I don't know. I was just sitting there talking.
Yeah. That's all right. Hank, how's it going at Revelton, buddy? Good to see you down there in Osceola. Tony said he scouted for turkeys and it wasn't looking good. Tony, don't be too discouraged. Like I said, they still could be flocked up where you're at. Just because you didn't see any, they could all be on the next farm over still bunched up. So don't get worried yet. It's still early. Right, George?
Oh, it's definitely bunched up. Absolutely. The geese are pairing up, but turkeys that just, like you said, what gobblers I've seen, they're still together. And I was talking before. I said, that many years of you and I both doing it, there's something about going out there, especially that first morning, And then when that copper goes, I mean, it just fires up. It just fires up. That doesn't light your wood. Something's wrong. That's what we're out there for, and then being able to call it in. It reminds me as a kid, a young kid in Michigan, we didn't have the turkeys, so I was brought up on upland hunting pheasants.
Uh-huh.
I'll never forget that first day pheasant hunting, the cackling and jumping. It took me a day or two before my nerves would, because they would jump and cackle, and I'd get so excited and try to shoot quick, and it's the same with the turkeys. They gobble just. Man, I just love it.
Well, I love the gobble and the spitting and drumming. Those are my two favorite sounds of turkey hunting. Everybody likes the gobbling, right?
I've my hearing because of this muzzle blasting through the ears is not very good.
You can't hear the spitting and drums no more.
I'll tell you a story. One time in my life, I was guiding snow geese in southwest Iowa, and the guy was wanting me to interested about doing some deer hunts down there. So I took off midday walking. I had blue jeans. I had a bright blue T-shirt on, and I was walking the woods about 1 o'clock. And I looked over, and ahead of me, about 20 yards, I saw a gobbler strutted. And I said, I'll be darned. So I started, with my mouth, and that thing just started going.
Yeah.
And when he struck an owl above me, he went off, and then he'd gobble again. There was 2 owls. Then I would call him. That crazy thing was so worked up. I got on my knees, and when he turned and started coming at me, he got head on about 15 yards. I think he saw that bright blue T-shirt, and dude, it blocked, and he walked in. I wish we had a camera most of the time. That time there was nothing, and I was calling with my mouth on my knees, and I kid you not, he had to be 3 to 4 feet from my face. And of course, when he was coming, I could hear. And so you're thinking this has got to be someone's pet turkey.
Yeah.
And I walked away from him, and as I walked, I still had him gobbling. Went to the truck, got the camera, and come back. But that time, then he didn't want anything. I did get, but it was amazing, and I could have caught that gobbler with my hands.
Yeah. Yeah. You can't hear that.
No.
You can't hear spitting and drumming, huh?
You know what? I've shot some of those turkeys. I don't know if I'm focused too much, but my hearing's terrible. Just ask my wife. That's what I tell her.
What'd you say?
My wife will tell you my hearing is terrible. That's what I tell her.
I was kidding, George. I said I was a kid. Jake, good morning or good afternoon, Jake Pike. Good to see you. Hoyt says you sound like you're part turkey, George. So Diane would agree with that, Hoyt. He is part turkey.
Probably more turkey.
Yeah, that's all right. That's all right. So, are you just hunting Iowa, or are you traveling, turkey hunting at all?
You know what? My son's trying to talk me into going to Michigan. I would.
Oh, you should. You should.
Yeah, because that's our home ground. I miss it. I love it. My son, we talked about all the turkeys. I've killed I've killed some 30-pounder, killed some 29-pounders, but I've never killed the great 2-inch spurs. And then my son in college, he was working for me, plus going to college.
Is that Adam?
Adam.
Yeah.
He did a turkey hunt up there with a buddy of his. He tried calling it in for his buddy, and he told his buddy, he said, that gobbler's out on the field there. So when they got out, he was up on this hill. He says, we should climb to that hill. And they said, I'm sure that gobbler's just over the hill. And of course, his buddy, no, he would have come in. One of those guys, he would have came in. So my son says, well, I'm going to go see. So he 2 foot up there, and he gets just over the hill and peaks when the gobbler's standing 10 yards from him.
Yeah.
He shoots. He's got 2-inch and 2 1/8-inch spurs.
Wow. Yeah, I'm not. 1 7/8 are the biggest ones I've ever gotten.
So it's like shooting a 200-inch deer.
Yeah, I mean that's an old Tom, that's for sure. Hey George, hang on for me. I'm going to take a real quick break, and then when we come back, I want to talk a little decoys with you. Okay?
You got it.
All right, you hang on there. Let me get to my little thing here. All right, folks, we'll be right back. Don't go anywhere. No flippy floppy. We'll be right back on the Wednesday Drive on the Outdoor Call Radio Network. Do you love hearing that old Tom sound off while you're in the field? Well, what's up, Clint? To check out Alive Action Decoys. Hope everybody had a good Wednesday today. Alive Action Decoys are one of the most realistic decoy systems you can deploy while you're in the field turkey hunting. Wade and Teresa Goddard start with a Dave Smith gobbler decoy and then apply their patented system. What's up, Patrick? That allows you to raise your decoy's tail fan up and down, move it side to side, and even walk that tom up and back while it's on the platform. Live action decoys are so amazingly lifelike, they're going to fool even the wariest old boss Tom you got running around your woods. Plus, the good thing is they're made right here in the good old US of A. For more information about a live action decoys, please check them out on Facebook or call them at 815-674-1626. Take it from me, Outdoors Dan. They're going to help you be more successful in the field this year.
We all want the deadliest broadheads out there. Have you tried a slick trick? Slick tricks are one of the most accurate and deadliest broadheads on the market. No matter which slick trick model you choose, the Raptor trick, the Viper trick, the Magnum, the
And turkeys are to bust up here pretty quick, guys.
Standard slick trick. They all offer bone-crushing penetration.
I hope you do, Hoyt.
Superior cutting diameters. They feature an all-steel ferrule Alcatraz blade lock system to prevent broadhead failures at the moment of impact that will help you get your game. If you're a mechanical fan, the Raptor trick is going to be your favorite with its
Boy, today took forever.
2-inch cutting diameter.
It was a long day today. Hope your day was better than mine.
That they can depend on 100% of the time. You wait all season for that shot. Do not trust it to a head that will not deliver a short recovery. For more information, go online at slicktrick.net. This year, trick 'em with Slick Trick broadheads and tag your game.
In these times when a lot of us are working from home, it's even more important to make sure you're
One more and we're back, everybody.
And comfortable. Now is a great time to call the experts at Wyckoff Heating and Cooling at 287-6000 to schedule a check on your current heating
That's
and cooling
good, Bob.
systems.
Hey, Pat, that's awesome. I'll tell George you said that.
A Honeywell dehumidifier system installed with your AC heating system can solve that issue right away. Wyckoff Heating and Cooling is a family-owned and operated business that has been serving Iowa residents and businesses for over 70 years. They offer 24-hour service and programs like the Peace of Mind Plan for less than $15 a month. So if you want more time on the water or in the woods this year, please call the folks at Wyckoff Heating and Cooling for any of your home or business heating and cooling needs. One call to Wyckoff Heating and Cooling will bring you peace of mind under your roof every day.
Hey, when that alarm goes off at 4:30 in the morning, or you just need a cup of pick-me-up in the middle of the day, don't forget that cup of coffee is only a click away at purewhitetail.com. Some of my favorites are the all-day sit. Now, that's a medium roast of keep alert and be ready on the stand all day. If you like a flavorful cup of goodness, how about the Highlander Grog? That's a smooth butterscotch, spicy note of caramel with some whiskey flavoring that will get your Scottish side all excited. Non-alcoholic, of course. Morning Embers is also a fine choice of coffee that will keep you feeling grooving all day. Pure Whitetail has select new roasts coming soon that will make great gifts for the coffee lover in your family. So when your coffee pot needs some new brew love, just go to purewhitetail.com and select Grill and Grind to order, and your coffee pot will be smelling better than ever. All right, welcome back to the Wednesday Drive on the Outdoor Call Radio Network. My guest is Mr. George Lynch. George, you like that little cut there?
I love that cut.
Yeah,
I like that.
I'm telling you, I just love hearing him cut, man. That's just a beautiful sound, isn't it?
Oh, that's
yeah. It's hard to believe that's me, isn't it?
Yeah.
It's not me.
Well, you could have fooled me, man. That sounded good.
No, me would be more like a wounded seal.
I don't think someone who shoots as many turkeys with a bow as you do. It sounds like a wounded seal.
Oh, ask Larry, Ryan, and Paul. They'll tell you. Yeah, they'll tell you. Hey, I told you when I was up in Minnesota a couple years ago, I was yelping and clucking and stuff, and you know what I had to answer me, didn't I? I told you. Yeah, this is what answered me. I had loons calling back at me. Yeah, that's how bad it was. No, it wasn't good. Trust me, it was funny.
All the years calling turkeys, have you ever had a predator come in on you?
I've probably had 4 or 5 coyotes and a bobcat come in over the years. I just put some video up a couple months ago of a bobcat walking in. I called in. Yeah. Yep. Yeah.
About 4 years ago here at the place, I was doing an early morning hunt, but I had it lined up. I was trying to kill one with a decap, and And I sit there calling, and I turn around and looked, and here come a bobcat just slithering into my left and caught the decoys, and it just went into this predator mode, sneaking in. And of course, the first thing I had my bow, and I said, well, I can't shoot a bobcat. I got a decap. I don't have a license. I'm not in season. So I hung the bow up, and when I hung the bow, it made a noise, and that bobcat started stalking my blind. I kid you not. I have a phone, and I could have done video, but I'm so engrossed to this bobcat. So I kid you not, he walks to the left side. He is probably a foot from my foot. He's sniffing in the bottom of the blind. So I open the window, and I peek my head out the window, and he's just straight below me about 2 feet. And I was getting ready to split a big chew of tobacco right between his eyes. And all of a sudden, he looked up at me, and I thought of him. I bet he could jump up and grab my face before I could get back.
Yeah, they're surly, man. I wouldn't be messing with them.
I backed up, and he started leaving. I gave him a little mouse.
Yeah.
Like that. He jumped up on a log and crawled right back, and he stood there at about 8 feet from me. And then he left, and I said, "Oh, that's cool." And then I'm like, "You idiot! You should have filmed that."
Yeah. Well, that's all right. You were probably busy doing other stuff,
Of course, that would have been kind of embarrassing, having seen that a bobcat grabbed the phone out of your hand and took off across the field.
Yeah, that would have been good. Hey, what are you doing for decoys? I know that you and I were talking the other night, and you're gonna get you one of them live action strutters from Wed Drive. Yeah, you're gonna love that.
I saw Wade's there at the Iowa Deer Classic. I was going to early in the morning. We came in, and I ran into him, and I was blown away. I said, "Dude." And of course, I use Dave Smith's all the time. And
yeah.
I love his stuff. Of adding that onto the Dave Smith and adding that motion, it was. Yeah, I'm going to try it this year, and basically because more than anything, I want to film, and I just want to get reaction.
Yeah, you guys are going to have a lot of fun with that. So that's awesome. Hey, I only got a couple minutes here, but I wanted to say real quick, if folks want to find out more about what you got going on, you hand tune all your waterfowl stuff. And you got a whole series of different calls, Legendary Gear. What's the best way for them to get a hold of you?
Go to legendarygearusa.com. Best way to find us on the website. We've got the Outdoor Call Radio. We're on the Wednesday. Also, the George Lynch Hunting Podcast. And we're going to be at Peoria at the Civic Center. It will be booth 219.
All right, there you go. Hey, buddy, you guys travel safe to that outdoor show, and let me know how it's going when you get back, all right?
I appreciate it, buddy. I'll keep scouting for you.
All right. Thanks, George. Appreciate you.
Yep, take care.
There he goes, Mr. George Lynch right there. Good, fine feller. All right. Hey, real quick, Iowa turkey season's going to start for the kids April 7th with the youth-only season here in Iowa, followed by 4 shorter individual gun bow seasons with 1 long archery season beginning April 10th. Do your scouting. Get out there and check it out. Roughly a 22% chance of getting a tag filled, which equates to harvest around 11,500 birds, according to my buddy Jim Coffey. He said Iowa issues around 50,000 tags every year. If you want more information, if you need help with anything, there should be a lot of 2-year-old birds running around from what Jim and I were talking about the other day. So just get out there. 2-year-old birds are awesome. They gobble a lot. They'll move up and down. You can get them to be a submissive bird and come in. Focus on food sources like waste grain, fresh green grasses, clover, green tips, and wild raspberries, insects, anything like that. Look for scratching, and you're going to be in the money right there. If you want more information, go to iowadnr.gov. Youth season in Iowa is going to run April 7th through the 9th. Season 1 is April 10th through the 13th. Season 2 is April 14th through the 18th. The third season is April 19th through the 25th. Fourth season is going to be April 26th through May 14th. Resident archery only season is April 10th all the way through. You get to hunt all 4 seasons. So check that out, and you'll be pretty happy. Spring community trout starts tomorrow. They're going to stock between 1,000 and 2,000 rainbow trout in 13 lakes across Iowa in March and April as part of their cool weather trout program. These are spring community trout stockings, and they're a great place to take kids to catch their first fish. Small hook with a night crawler or a piece of corn under a bobber, or casting a small sample spinner, such as a panther martin or a meps. A rooster tail is all you need to get in on the fun. You can get trout close to home. You don't have to go to Decorah up in northeast Iowa to get on the action. Just remember that children ages 15 or younger can catch a trout with a properly licensed adult, but they must limit their catch to 1 trout daily If a child wants their own possession limit, then they need to have their trout fee stamp as well. Daily limit is 5 trout per licensed angler with a possession limit of 10, and you'll be good to go there. All right, hey, ticks, it's going to start warming up here. Ticks are popping. I've already got a couple of my friends that said they found ticks on their dogs. When I had Raven out shed hunting the other day, I didn't see any on him, but I had a limit tick vest from Game Hide on him to help protect his chest. So his chest and do that. So make sure that you are using a limit tick. If you don't know what a limit tick is, I've been telling you about a limit tick clothing from Game Hide for about 5-6 years now. There's Andrew. Andrew's there. Hey, buddy, just sit there right there. Thanks. I wear the socks, I wear the bibs or the pants, a long sleeve shirt, gloves, and I haven't had a tick on me since I've been using it. So if you don't have a limit ticks, make sure you're spraying down your boots, around where your pants go into your boots, your sleeves, where your gloves is, around your neck, your hat. If you are wearing a limit tick, I would still spray down your pack, your turkey vest, your bow case, anything that you take into the woods with you that's not a limit tick, I would be spraying down. That way, when you get back into the truck, you're not going to be bringing ticks in there with you on the truck, and then when the wife and the kids get in there, or if the wife's out hunting, if the husband doesn't hunt, ladies, I know you're a lot of ladies out there that like to hunt that are listening right now. Do the same thing. You don't want to give your husband a tick. So, and it's just not Lyme disease anymore, folks. There's a lot of different things that we need to worry about. That alpha-gal syndrome, that's that protein infection you get from a tick bite where you can't eat protein anymore, or you'll get an allergic reaction to it. I'm sorry, I like my deer steaks and deer chops and stuff too much. I don't want to be giving up meat because of a tick bite. So make sure you're staying protected, and the kids are. Anybody that goes in the woods, spray down if you're not wearing a limit tick. If you want more information, they got a limit tick bundles on sale right now at GameHide.com. Just check them out. It's one brand for every season, and they do a good job. Larry Mack, all the gang, and I from Respect the Game TV is always wearing a limited clothing. So you're good to go. All right, tonight, Unknown Files. I'll be back on the air at 7 o'clock. Tonight we're going to be talking. I had a ghost show lined up. We had some Iowa ghost hunters, but I got an email last night. Something came up, and they're not going to be able to make the show. So I've got a rare treat for you. I've got a friend of mine, and I don't want to spoil it. He's from Iowa. I've known this guy for 20 years, and this guy is not a fibber. He has got a story for you tonight that will keep you intrigued and fascinated. So tune in to 7 o'clock tonight, and you're going to hear some adventure talk here in Iowa when something happened in the woods that was not what him and his father expected. So I'll just leave it at that, and we'll go from there. Andrew, you doing okay? You have a nice day?
Doing good.
Andrew stole my charger Saturday.
Had to do it. Had to do something.
Yeah, where's that at? Yeah, where's my charger?
Right
if you got an Apple or a Mac computer and you're using that big block charger, don't make sure. I'm going to duct tape this thing to my charger from now on, because this is like the 4th time when we were down at ESPN I pulled my charger out, and for some reason it unplugs my charger cable, and Andrew was nice enough to grab it for me. So yeah, I'm going to red green that thing as soon as I get off the air. You know what they say, if they don't find you handsome, at least you can find you handy. That's right. There you go. John Pageant, man. There's a guy that likes shooting Osceolas. He got the number 2 Osceola in Florida's records. Good to see you, John. Russell, how you doing, man? I didn't see you. Say hi. Good evening, Russell. Good to hear from you. Hoyt, Parker Miller, good to see you too. Gary Peck up in Minnesota, my bear guide. Gary says 162 days until bear season. He's already counting them down. Hey, we got walleye to catch before then, Gary. You need to start thinking walleye for June, the opener, buddy. It'll be here before you know it. So, all right, I am going to get out of here. So I'll be back at 7 o'clock for the Unknown Files show, brought to you by our friends at Revelton Distillery down in Osceola. They are the official spirits of the Unknown Files show. Spirits. Ooh, it's going to be a good one tonight. On behalf of Andrew, Raven is over there wagging his tail, and I, thank you for joining me on the Wednesday Drive. So, you know what? If you got questions, you can ask questions. Hit the messenger button tonight if you want to ask. And I'm sure Jess would be more than happy to answer them for you. So I will see you soon. Let me get my deal here where I know where I'm at. There we go. You be good. And, oh, man. I need to get back on. I need to get back on number 1 so I can get out of here. There we go. I'm good. We'll see you next week, or I'll see you at 7. We'll be back next Wednesday on the Wednesday Drive at 5. I'll be back tonight at 7 for the Unknown Files, Going Into the Fog. Keep it here on the Outdoor Call Radio app. Talk to you soon.
People come and go. It's good to know people come and go.
All right, I'm going to take it back to scheduled programming on the Outdoor Call Radio app. Thank you very much for listening, and you enjoy the rest of the shows until 7 o'clock, and we'll be back live again. Thanks, everybody. All right, gang, thank you so much. I appreciate you. I will here. Hang on, somebody said something. Gary, 46 days till walleye season. There you go. Parker said he saw a lot of strutters the last few weeks. It's getting close. Parker, I am with you, buddy. I'll see you all at 7. Thanks, everybody. Have a great, great afternoon. I'll see you in a couple hours. Thanks.